Hello guys, it's your fellow investor here today with another video, and as you can see, today's video is going to be about Healthier Choices Management Corp with ticker symbol HCMC. As we can see on the chart, it is done nice, 33.33% to be exact. I'll go over the lawsuit news because that's what moved the stock price up, and about some possible insiders buying, some volumes, short interest, what's going on with the company, where I think it's heading, as well as if there are any institutions in this company. So if you like to see more videos like this, definitely hit the like button under this video so YouTube recommends this video to more people, as well as if you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I try to post daily videos, however sometimes I just cannot get it out because of how busy I am with my university, but I try my hardest to get time and make it worth your while if you stay here on this channel. With that being said, let's get into the video. Let's just straight skip to the pacermonitor.com, where you can find out more information about this lawsuit regarding to the current status. And here on the left side we can see in my very amazing language that on Friday on the 16th of April, which is 2 days ago, they released some news, and it was a reply brief about motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim filed by Philip Morris Products. So roughly 2 weeks ago, on the April 1st, HCMC filed their reply to motion to dismiss, and that was stated the date 16th of April. So I was looking forward to this date, and they delivered what they had to deliver. So naturally we'll go over some interesting parts, and I'll try my best to get a good idea of what is Philip Morris' response. Already in introduction we can see Philip Morris says that the complaint should be dismissed because it is premised on a wholly implausible allegation. Combustion occurs in IQOS devices specifically engineered to make combustion impossible. That is contradicted by the sole evidence plaintiff relies on to support it. For that reason, under well-settled Supreme Court, 11th Circuit and Federal Circuit law, the complaint is implausible on its face and should be dismissed. And they say HCMC doesn't meaningfully address any of this. They are really just playing with words in the introduction, and overall in this whole answer or this reply, they're really playing around something what isn't actually truth, but I'll get through it in a minute. Philip Morris is very much relying on the FDAC scientific review, which is not really relevant to this lawsuit, so they are just basically trying to stretch this reply and show them in the best light possible. And here we can see Philip Morris might have lost their nerves when they are saying HCMC's inference is implausible. Twombly and Iqbal conclusively established that the court need not follow HCMC down that rabbit hole. So that's quite funny that they are being that adventurous, and they are feeling very optimistic from Philip Morris side, but we can see they're slightly starting to lose their ground under their feet, because you should be as serious as possible, as neutral as possible when you are in the lawsuit. So I think this is kind of bad sign for Philip Morris. Here they're saying that it is no surprise that HCMC failed to propose any alternate construction, it cannot reasonably do so. However, they said that HCMC said they will show it to the judge when they will be hearing or such thing. They don't want to show it in the motion to dismiss, but Philip Morris says they should have done it and that they will not have a chance to prove Philip Morris wrong, so that they missed their chance, but it's actually not true at all. Again, there is almost on every page is their FDA scientific review, and that HCMC mischaracterizes defendant's brief by claiming it relies principally on the FDA scientific review. What is funny that Philip Morris says HCMC points to no factual allegation in its complaint that supports a plausible inference defendants knew of the 170 patent before the complaint. It cannot do so because there are none. Its indirect infringement claims thus fail as a matter of law. I've never heard that law excuses anyone, so why it should excuse or pardon Philip Morris that they didn't know about their patent? It's quite a bad thing. It's quite basic and they just didn't know about it, so maybe they should do more due diligence themselves. And in their conclusions they say that defendants respectfully request that the court grant defendants rule, motion and dismiss plaintiffs complaint with prejudice. I hope I pronounced it right. So overall they just try to somehow disrupt HCMC response via their FDA approval or scientific approval or something, but they really just dodged the way of thinking or knowing their patent infringement. And then there was a lot of scientific stuff regarding to some chemicals, which I just skipped because I'm not a scientist myself. So if someone looked very quickly into the documents, went through it, some very advanced lawyer, and he sent the message to some people who are buying stocks, that's probably the reason why the stock price went up, because it's overall, I would say, positive news that Philip Morris is kind of losing their patience, losing their temper, and are just like talking the same nonsense all over again, and just in different words. And people were quite excited because of that move, that it's done over 33%, that they were asking even on Reddit. If we scroll down, we can see that someone here said that there's been 1.2 billion shares bought by an insider. However, I'm not sure this is real information because I couldn't find any source, any insider sites. I couldn't find anyone or anything about buying more shares. However, someone could just, as I said already, easily buy the stock if he read the news quickly, made his opinion and just went big by the end of the session on Friday. But there might be some truth about this, because legendary Fidelity Investments manager Peter Lynch once said insiders might sell their shares for any number of reasons, but they buy them for only one. They think the price will rise. And this would very nicely apply to the HCMC stock chart, because they read the news and then they just went big time. They just bought as much as they could. If we check out HCMC security details, we can see their current market cap is almost 500 million. Right now it's 492 million, which is quite big. As well as their outstanding unrestricted shares are about 285 billion. Yes, you heard it right, it's in billions. It's a lot of outstanding shares, but it's a very cheap penny stock, so that kind of makes sense. And if we check out on fintel.io, we can see their current short volume ratio is 160%. It seems like a lot, but if we scroll down to short volume ratios over the time, we can see that on 30th of March they had, for example, 247%, and on 26th of March there was actually 760%. So we can see the short ratios are slowly but surely going down, because the short sellers might be aware that there might be some bigger news coming up, or that maybe the lawsuit might have some kind of progression. As we can see here on the graph, the short ratios have spiked but went down really quickly. And last but not least, if we check out HCMC on StockTwits, we can see there is still well over 82,000 watchers, so the company isn't really losing any momentum or any popularity whatsoever. People are still in this company, they are still very much interested in it and are in it for the long term, short term, mid term, all the terms. They are still cheering for the company, and they are holding, and they believe they will come on top of this lawsuit. That was my current take on HCMC lawsuit, current news and information. I hope I brought you some value. If I did, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that so already, as well as smashing the like button really helps me out to get through the YouTube algorithm. Also, let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts and opinions. Did you buy more on Friday? Are you planning to buy more on Monday? Or are you going to sell some of your shares after this small run up so you'll secure some profits? I'm all ears. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.